Hi, I'm Sekine, a financial planner. If you want to buy a property in Japan, let's study Japanese mortgage and property. Recently, Tokyo real estate have been described by foreign buyers in just one simple way. Tokyo real estate is still cheap, and in some way, that is true. Compared with the city like New York, London, Hong Kong, Singapore, Tokyo condominium can still look relatively affordable, especially with the weekend. Some foreign buyers look at Tokyo and think, at this location, at this price, the property looks attractive. However, when I actually review all the condominium building together with the foreign buyers, there is just one issue that often surprises them. The issue is shortage of repair reserve funds. Recently, I was consulting with foreign buyers about a resale condominium in Tokyo. The price looks reasonable, the location was good, the distance from the station was also attractive. At first glance, it looks like a very appealing property. However, once we reviewed the management document, we found that the building could face a shortage of funds for major repair in the future. At the moment, the clients asked me, why are the residents leaving this issue unsolved? I thought this was a very important question. From the perspective of many foreign buyers, condominium is a building, and every building will eventually need repairs. So it feels natural to them that the necessary repair cost should be probably saved in advance. However, in Japan, many older condominium buildings do not necessarily work that way. There are several reasons for this. First, residents often resist increasing in monthly repair reserve fund. For example, imagine the repair reserve fund increasing from 10,000 yen to 20,000 yen. Many owners would oppose that. In buildings with many elderly residents, some people are living on the pensions. So it is understandable that they may strongly resist higher monthly payments. Second, a condominium is not owned by just one person. Decisions must be discussed among all unit owners and approved through the owners association. In other words, even when everyone understands the problem, making a decision is not easy. There is also certain cultural tendency in Japanese to postpone issues. People may think it is not an urgent problem right now. We can discuss it at the next board meeting. Someone in the future will handle it. In this way, problems are sometimes pushed into the future. But now a major change is taking place. Construction cost, labor cost, and material price has risen significantly. Long-term repair plans that were created based on old cost assumptions can no longer keep up with today's actual repair cost. In other words, the repair cost estimate made 20 or 30 years ago now becoming very different from reality. This is not just a management issue. I believe that in the future, the value of Tokyo condominium will no longer be determined by location alone. Of course, location is still important. Near the station, central Tokyo, popular neighborhood, redevelopment areas. These factors will continue to matter, but they will not be enough. From now on, foreign buyers and Japanese buyers as well will pay attention to the details behind the property. For example, is the building well managed? Is the long-term repair plan restricted? Are the repair reserve funds sufficient? Can the owners association make decision properly? Are the residents financially able to accept future increases? These questions will become increasingly important. In other words, Japanese real estate is gradually becoming more financialized. In the past, many people thought if the location is good, it will be fine. If it is in Tokyo, it will be fine. But from now on, even within Tokyo, even near the same station, and even among buildings of similar age, the gap in asset value may widen between well-management condominium and poorly management condominiums. Especially when buying a resale condominium to purchase is not the end of the story. The building must continue to maintain. Exterior walls need repairs. Rooftop waterproofing will be required. Water supply and drainage pipe may need replacement. Elevators will eventually need renewal. In other words, the price of condominium is not just the price of the private unit. Behind that price, there are future costs for the entire buildings. If buyers overlook this, they may later realize the purchase price was low, but the future repair risk was high. This is exactly the point that often supplies foreign buyers when they look at Japanese condominiums. Tokyo real estate may look cheap, but some properties are cheap for a reason. Do not look only at the price, look at the management. Do not look only at the yield. Look at the repair reserve fund. Do not look only at the interior of the unit. Look at the owners association. I believe this perspective will become increasingly important when choosing a condominium in Tokyo. Finally, I would like to ask you, when buying a condominium, which do you focus on more? The size, interior, view of the unit, or the building management and the repair reserve fund behind it? Please let me know in the comment. Thank you for watching until the end. Thank you for watching. If you are an international buyer thinking about purchasing property in Japan, I also provide a professional support for foreign clients in English, navigating the Japanese real estate market. Since my company is also licensed real estate brokerage, we can introduce properties and arrange a property viewings. You can find more details on my website linked in the description below. See you in the next video.